Whew, I gotta tell you, man. ReZero, I don't think it's made me cry like that since Rem's confession episode. Hey everybody, it's Westside Otaku, and I have a very raw video for you today, and I'd like to do more like this where I share my thoughts on certain episodes or certain series as they are going. I would like to talk about Fruits Basket, but today we're talking about ReZero. How it was probably one of the most emotional episodes I've seen in a bit, and basically, this obvious spoilers ahead. If you have not seen episode 4 of ReZero, then what are you doing? Get on it, and then come back here. I'll wait for you, don't worry. Like, appreciate you coming back. Okay, you've watched it. Let's continue. So this episode dealt with Subaru dealing with his past, to which the end of the last episode got me like, oh boy, we're doing this. I don't know what's going on. Obviously, we see the witch at the end, so it's obviously some kind of maybe test or something. I don't know if Amelia's going through it, but what did Subaru exactly go through? Well, at the start of this episode, we get to see Subaru just with his dad wrestling and seeing his home life. And it's so weird because I'm not an isekai person. I'm really not. I don't watch isekai. I'm not, totally onto current anime, but I would say this is kind of the one isekai I'm really into. And I thought it was kind of jarring to see the character be able to go back to their world, in a sense. But the thing that has always compelled me about Subaru's character was ever since episode 18 of this series, where he really is down to his lowest point, and he finally is reverting back and confessing what his biggest weakness is, which is really just self-worth and, living in something's shadow, but we didn't know what, but now we do. And he has just constantly been in his father's shadow, and just people saying, you're definitely your father's kid. And he just wants to be his own man. He wants to be his own guy. And it really gave context to Subaru as a character throughout the rest of this entire show. Because he's always been a really, seemingly anyways, happy-go-lucky character. But, we definitely have seen him under the cracks. That is not exactly what is going on. And he is definitely bottling up a lot of emotions. And this was really something to finally show us where that comes from. And I could talk long live long day about how true childhood, not trauma, it's not necessarily always trauma. People think like, well, I wasn't ever raped. Well, I never had something happen with my parents. I never lost my best friend, Like, it's not always actual trauma that does damage to people. It's certain things that make them do trauma to themselves. Trauma has so many different definitions, and Subaru's thing here is just him trying to find the means of being his own person and not something that people are labeling him as. I just found that really freaking compelling. And what better way to hit me on a personal level than to make it be through Subaru's parents, because, man, I adore my parents. Like, truly, they are my shining lights. I will always thank them for, bringing me into this world and supporting me the way they have. And parents do give us, certain things, whether it was intentional or not. And in this case, Subaru is just really comparing himself to his father and trying to figure out, what's my thing. And I really love the emotional depth of this episode, and also they make it seem like he's in a dream throughout the whole thing. We have a patron Discord, quick plug into that, but I was telling them, like, get your dimmer settings ready for your monitor or TV or whatever you watch this on, because it is bright the whole episode. I know there's some people that wanted to watch me react to this. All I can tell you is that I kind of came, I teared up once, but I came really kind of close to crying another time. And that was basically when Subaru he wasn't quite realizing what the situation was, and he was feeling the pain, but then all of a sudden he remembers who Amelia is. And that moment I was like, oh shit. that actually got me a little bit, not just like shaken, but just kind of like, and then the end of the episode when he's like saying bye to his mom. Okay, actually I did come close when he was talking to his dad and kind of caved in. Whenever Subaru cracks, it's such a moment, dude, because he always has this facade on him, but he really is such a human character, and that's why I love ReZero. I love Subaru. He doesn't seem like some badass. He's a jokester, but it's like there's reasons why he has that, and I don't know, man. I love ReZero all the more after this episode. If you want to know what I thought of the series previously, then there's my reaction side as well as Discord, where you can chit-chat with me and everybody in our ReZero channel that we have. But otherwise, thank you for watching this, and I would love to know what you thought of this episode as well.